Hi, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Ask Elly Intuitive Insights and Your Psychic Questions Answered. Today is December 8th, and right now there is nothing happening astrologically on this day. However, the fun's going to begin tomorrow. And I'm going to talk a little bit about astrology. And just for those of you joining me, a little bit about myself. My name is Elly Molina, and welcome to my podcast. I am an Amazon bestselling author of Children Who Know How to Know. This is a book that teaches children and adults how to tap into their intuitive and psychic abilities. And I am an intuitive and psychic. I'm also a former educator and still an educator and consultant. So today we're going to be talking about some of the questions that have been submitted to me during this week. And then we're going to move right into astrology and the upcoming astrological events, which are pretty big and will affect all of us in some fashion, one way or another. Okay, so with that being said, I'd like to welcome everybody on the call right now. And thank you for being here. And here we go with the first question on today's agenda. And it goes, "Good morning, Elly. I have a question for you. Where do I go? Both my new projects were put on hold until next year." Okay, next year, 2021 question mark is asking. Okay, will the distillery project get through its bumps? Will the restaurant project move forward? Not sure what to do with myself in the meantime. Elsie out of Washington. Okay, and good morning, Elsie. So let's take a look, excuse me. sorry. Let's take a look at some of the things that you've asked. So first of all, without knowing any information at all about you in terms of astrology and your birth information and where you are right now, I will tell you this, Elsie, that one of the things I'm getting is that you are going to be moving forward in both of these directions. The idea of moving forward, though, is that you move forward with the appropriate people, all right, because I'm getting some energy to your right side of either this. It looks like some people to your right side now, whether these are the people that you're working with in this project, I'm going to assume, never assume anything, that there are people that you're working with because I have other energy besides yourself. So there is you and someone here next to you, both of you are extremely excited about making these projects work. And I'm seeing that by June to July of 2021, both projects are going to be in full motion, swinging around, like really moving forward, and that they will be up and running. Now, my only concern for you is that you have to be very mindful of some energy to your right side. You want to look at who is in your life in terms of who you're surrounding yourself with, partnerships, people that you're working with. If you find that there's this person that I'm seeing, or it may not even be a person, it's just an energy around you. So whether this is it feels like a person, the person with their energy around you that finds this challenging and has a lot of doubt and negativity that they bring to the table, just remember that this person is potentially reflecting your own doubt that you have on some subconscious level. So by removing the energy, and I'm not telling you to change partners or even if you have partners, I'm just saying by removing the energy, whoever this is in your life, by removing the energy of people who are feeling doubtful, negative around this project, come with low energy. You want to really move away from these people and not include them in this project. You're looking for people who are upbeat, who have the same desire as you do, which is what I'm seeing. So once you align yourself with the proper people for this and you continue to have really enthusiastic, upbeat energy despite the circumstances around you, what I'm seeing over here, Elsie, is that this project is going to work out, both of them, not just one, but both of them. So you asked me, part two of your question is, what do I do in the meantime? Well, in the meantime, you live in the space of imagination, and you live in the space of creating all of these projects right now, right here in the immediate future, as you know that once you start to put these energies into the universe through your thoughts and actions, that they will start to manifest even quicker than you may have dreamed of. Again, Einstein says that nothing, this is not the exact quote. Einstein says nothing is as powerful as the imagination, or there is no other reality other than imagination. So you may want to go look up that quote and get it exact. But the point is that imagination is where it is. And in terms of what do I do with myself now, you want to start to align yourself with people, places, projects that are in alignment with what it is that you want to be doing. I'm also getting that you have to be you don't have to be anything that I'm saying. You have people around you that I'm seeing that are a bit too curious for your own good in terms of wanting to know what you're up to. They're a little bit, I wrote down Snoopy. I channel words when Snoopy, their interests are not in alignment with yours. So these could be people that are envious of you. You really want to be careful with your energy, Elsie. You've got this energy around you where people like to know what you're doing, and they want you to be, most of the people want you to be successful, but there are some influences here that are gloating. It's that glee, that negative glee when something doesn't go right. You really want to be careful and mindful of that. Okay, I am belaboring this a little bit. So what to do in the meantime? Start acting as if. I am sure that you have skills that you can use from the past that will generate an income right now, pulling back from skills that you have, that you know how to do, and then move forward with your mouth shut in terms of what you're doing. Do not tell too many people. Do not tell the people that do not need to know, and then get to work on your dreams and projects, and they are going to be wonderful. You're going to finally do it. You've just got to be really careful with whom you are associating with and whom you are sharing your deepest secrets with. Okay. I intend that was helpful. And if not, again, Elsie, you can always schedule an appointment with me if you want for one-on-one. We'll look at astrological signs and just mention that you got it on the podcast, and I will give you the 20% discount that I offer all people from the podcast. Okay, awesome. So good morning, Bobo and Man Cave. Just greetings to you because I see that you're here. And Bobo says, thank you. Okay. Oh, so Bobo, that's you. Cool. Okay. Or greetings for thank you. Anyway, bottom line is this. Please be, whoever's listening, please, when you're doing new projects for yourself and you are starting something new, please, there's an old saying, show me who you walk with and I'll tell you who you are. And even if that's not you, they are reflecting a part of you, whether it's your own fears that they're mirroring back or your own doubts. So be careful who you walk with. If you want to fly with the eagles, you cannot scratch with the turkeys. And that is with everything. And then part two, whenever we have a project that is very dear to us, that requires positive and forward-moving energy, we have to be careful that we do not share these dreams with other people who may potentially negate them. We want to keep these dreams silent and close to us. Kabbalah teaches that energy that is dispersed tends to not come to fruition because we start sharing all of these things and then it becomes, oh, you know what, it's already done. So that's why it's really careful sometimes to keep these things very close to yourself until you actually have your release. And only those people with a need to know get involved. Okay, and that is for everybody and everybody on the call and anybody listening in the future if you have projects or things that you want to bring to fruition. Okay, I'm moving on to question number 2 for today, which is, what do you predict with Saturn and Jupiter alignment, and what should we be doing? Okay, great question. except that there's a little teaching moment in here for me, which I cannot resist as a former educator. And that is the question embedded: what should we be doing? All right. Well, I never use the word should. This is just a personal note, because should offers obligation, should makes other people wrong, should makes yourself wrong. So a better way to phrase this that would have a happier outcome on this is, what could we be doing? Because again, this question is from, we got a lot of L's over here today. This is from LS. And LS, no one can tell you what you should be doing. Not a psychic, not an astrologer, nobody, what you should be doing. There are things that you can be doing. So first of all, getting back to the Saturn-Jupiter alignment, there's been a lot of hype around this. And again, depending on who you listen to in astrology and what you follow, you're either going to get a lot of joy out of this meeting of Saturn and Jupiter, or you're going to get a lot of fear. And so again, this depends on who you're listening to and where your personal alignment is. So let's go back first to, before we talk about the Saturn-Jupiter alignment, let's talk about some other things that are coming up for us right now. So tomorrow we have a Sun square Neptune, which means that our energy may be a little dimmed. So if you are thinking of signing agreements tomorrow, or contracts, or doing anything that, feels a little bit legal, or that you'd have to have any sort of obligation, I would say hold off for tomorrow. Just take a day off and wait until the 10th of December, which is a much more energetic day, and a perfect day for starting new projects and or relationships, because we have a Venus sextile Pluto, Scorpio, Capricorn. And this is where you may find, regardless of your personal planets and where they're located, you will find that your passion for life and love may run high. So you may find yourself really passionate about something. So LC out of Washington, if you're still listening, or when you listen to the replay, one of the things I'm going to tell you is tomorrow is a great day to get to the drawing board. Doesn't mean you have to do anything with other people, but tomorrow's a great day to get your ideas started again, to start to look at what's working, what's not working, what can I improve. Really run with your ideas. Tomorrow's a wonderful day to do this. All right, then everything stays quiet until the 13th of December. Fortunately, it's not a business day, so we can kind of like lay low, and we have a Mercury square Neptune. So this is going to be a smoke and mirror kind of situation. You may be given information on the 13th. Lay low. We don't know what's true. You don't know what's true. You don't know what's not true. Wait several days before making a commitment on this one. Then we have a sensational new moon, total solar eclipse in Sagittarius on December 14th. What a wonderful day. So on this day, we have Venus sextile Jupiter, we have Mercury trine Mars. And so these two sensational aspects are going to coincide with the eclipse. And then we have Mars in Aries trine the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus. We have it sextile Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter is getting very close to Pluto. This is such an exciting day that if you want to do something new, you want to start a new project, you want to do something exciting, you want to make a new moon wish list, this is your day to set your projects for 2021. This is the day. You don't have to wait till January 1st on the calendar, which is really kind of it's a creative day, but we don't have to wait for an ambiguous created day on a calendar to set our intentions into motion. I believe in working with the planetary energy for this and the seasons. So this is a wonderful time to get things moving. All right. Then we also have, let's move on, because we have a lot of other things over here of great days. We have Jupiter entering Aquarius for the first time since 2009. And it's going to stay there until 2020, throughout the year. Okay. Jupiter will then advance into Pisces. So Jupiter's going to stay in Aquarius until 2021. Okay. Anyway, when Jupiter enters Aquarius, the energy starts to change. We want to look at Aquarius and what does Aquarius represent? Well, Aquarians love to dream. That is one thing about Aquarius that we know. They're full of ideas and highly creative and very imaginative and very honest people. They will speak their truth. So with Jupiter in Aquarius for 1 year, things are much lighter than they've been this past year. Things were heavy. When Jupiter's in Capricorn, it works really hard. It works really hard to be happy. So we're going to see a lot of happiness around us again. It's almost like this veil that has been heavy, heavy on us will start to lift. And thank goodness for that, because we really do need this veil to lift, especially from the collective consciousness. So now let's get on to December 21st. This is a 5-star stellar day. And we have the sun entering Capricorn. We have the winter solstice. We have the Jupiter conjunct Saturn. This is what LS was talking about. And these planets meet every 20 years. And what they do is they set the tone for society. And this meeting is called the Grand Mutation. So what does is it takes the emphasis away from our planet and our Earth, and let's say the industrial way, the way of doing things that has been so heavy. And we're going to take this into a more, let's call it, it's coming. We're in it already. We're in the digital age, and we are going to be in the digital age until 22, I don't even know how to say this, 2219, okay? We are going to be in a new age that is going to be disciplined. It will be organized. It will allow us to reach lofty goals, but we're going to have to work with it. And so if you are so here's my prediction, LS. This is what I'm predicting is going to happen with the Jupiter conjunct Saturn. If you are still in old dinosaur thinking mode, this is going to be very, very difficult for you. So what that looks like is I often talk about dimensionality. So we have a lower, heavier mass-to-mass dimensionality on Earth, known as the third dimension. And this is where things happen very slowly. And we perceive things to happen very slowly. Most people do not, they live in this heavy, heavy mass-to-mass, like, oh, it's going to take me, I'll give you an example. It's going to take me 3 years to build this business because, and then they give you a list, people will give you a list of why it will take you 3 years to build the business. And that is done very mass to mass. It's very linear thinking, and it is dinosaurish. It does not take into account the quantum field and the magic that is, and I call it magic only because most people don't know how to work in the quantum field, and they do not understand the vibration of the quantum field and how things that can normally take much longer happen really rapidly in a higher vibrational dimension. And that is what is going to be available for people who understand how to work in this dimension. So it's actually a very exciting time for people if they know how to use this. And so again, where does this leave you, LS, and what should you be doing? Well, I'd have to know what it is that you're currently doing right now. And this also revolves around where are your personal planets, depending on where Saturn conjuncts Jupiter in your astrological chart, which house it will be in will greatly depend on where it's going to affect you. So you want to have somebody do your astrology chart, or if you want, you can schedule a session with me and we can look at your chart and also do predictive astrology and look at where what's coming for you and what it is that you're personally doing. And if you mention the podcast, you'll get a 20% off, of course, as everyone. Then we can look to see, okay, what's going on in your particular chart? Where is Saturn at conjunct Jupiter in your house, which of the 12 houses? And there's a lot of opportunities on in the internet to learn about the houses. I even have a tutorial. I have a 101 astrology tutorial on my website, which is ellymolina.com, where I talk about the 12 houses, and you could see exactly what house things are happening in for you personally. Okay, now getting back to astrology a little bit, one of the things that you want to do is you do want, not well, you, again, it's not for me to tell you what you want to do. However, I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing. On the winter solstice, I'm going to be setting forth brand new plans and actions through a winter solstice celebration. I do mine privately. I do not, I'm not a let's get online and do a winter solstice type of person. This is not my personality. However, if you can find a group of people that you trust to be around for, you know, COVID protected, or you feel like doing this solstice ritual yourself, by all means, get yourself to the fire pit and get your music, get your wishes. This would be a great time for releasing because it's the solstice, and have a ritual and a routine that you can do that will be so effervescent and so exciting that the universe will definitely pick up on that molecular structure and start running with it and bringing that into the quantum field. So that is something that I am going to be doing. And if you want to know what you can be doing, this would be a great activity to do. Okay, anybody on the call have a question? Because if you do, you can either type it in right now, or you can actually call in. That is available also. And if you'd like to call in, there's an app thing over there, and you just hit some button or something like that and call in, and I will know. Because I do see quite a number of people on the call, only unable to ask you to call in. Okay, all right. If anybody does want to call in with a question, just take some time and look at what it is that you need to be doing, and I know that you'll figure this out. All right, today's topic was astrology 2020 and beyond. So I'm going to get into the beyond part right now. We've got some magnificent days happening starting in January also. So the first one that we want to look at is going to be New Year's Day. On New Year's Day, we have a Mercury sextile Neptune. So if you're going to start creating New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, New Year's projects, this is a great day then to start using your imagination in such an exciting and creative way. So this is what you want to be putting into existence. Okay, so use the collective energy of January 1st when people are out there making New Year's resolutions. Use that to set your goals for yourself if that's what you'd like to be doing. Otherwise, you wait until Mercury conjunct Pluto on January 4th and start shining some light on your financial projects. Great day to learn how to improve your income, start paying attention to your finances. FYI, people, money loves attention. Money is an energy, and money loves to be paid attention to, and not in a negative way where you're, oh, I don't have any money, I can't afford. You know better than to say those things at this point, especially given the fact that if you are listening to me, you know how quantum energy works, you know how your thoughts create reality, and you know how important language is in determining the outcome of events. So give up any of those poverty, I can't afford conversations. Get rid of them for 2021. They're old, and that fits into the third dimension, heavy energy of the past. And it is not in alignment with the higher vibrating Jupiter, help me, Jupiter, Saturn in Aquarius energy. That is just not where it's at. Money comes easily and effortlessly. I am always surrounded by abundance. Life gives me what it is that I need. I am always supported by the divine. That's the way to think. That helps in getting all of our projects out there and to the world. Okay, back to stellar days. New moon coming up. There's excuse me, Mars enters Taurus on January 6th. What does that mean? Well, we still have to remember something. The planet Uranus is still hanging around in Taurus right now, and it will be in Taurus until 2024. And so what does that mean? That means that there is potential possibility for a lot of changes in the financial currencies that are happening in the world. There's a lot of change that's still coming up on us by 2020. So 2024. If you think that we're still going to be handling dollar bills and change in 2024, I'm not so sure we're still going to have cash on hand. So you may want to save some because, it's always nice to have cash. Only I'm predicting that we are going to be working as a cashless society by 2024, just because of the way that Uranus in Taurus is going. We are in an extreme digital age, and we also know we don't need to be a psychic to see what's going on outside, where people are putting up signs where please do not use cash. We see what's coming. The writing is really on the wall. And the best thing, of course, is to prepare yourself so that you are not left behind in some dinosaur mode. All right. You want to get with it financially. You want to stay up to date. You want to pay attention. You want to keep an eye on money. Money loves attention. Money loves to be looked at. Look at your bank accounts. Imagine your bank accounts getting more and more money in them. Do not look at your bank account in fear and find yourself feeling, oh my God, my amounts are dropping. Turn that around. Use your imagination. Income comes to me easily and effortlessly. Money is constantly increasing. It comes from all sorts of ways, unexpected ways and avenues and venues. That's the way to start putting your perspective. And then, you know what? Universe is going to oblige. So with that being said, then I'm going to move there. The next day that is going to be really great is going to be the new moon, Capricorn. Saturn will orbit with Jupiter. This is a very fortunate day. It is such a fortunate day that I actually am launching a new program, which I'm happy to tell you all about. And this is a big program on living intuitively with exponential growth and using numerology, astrology, magical aromatherapy, using the ancient sources of wisdom and combining them with our technology that is available now. And this is a 6-week special program that is going to run every Tuesday evening and Thursday, depending on where you are. If you're on the East Coast, it will be from 7 to 8:30. If you're on the West Coast, it's 4 to 5:30. And you don't have to come to both sessions. You can come to either one. I am going to be offering it, though, 2 times a week. We are going to make magic. And we're going to make magic in such a way that people's dreams are going to come to fruition if they apply the techniques and the tools that will be provided for them. Now, I can say this because I've seen it happen in my quantum leaping program, which is a 4-week program, uses different tools. And I'm going to be incorporating these magical tools now, rituals, crystals, gems, candles, aromatherapy oils, magical oils, learning how to work with them magically. We're going to have spell crafts. We'll have wish crafts. We're going to be working in a very tight group so that consciousness is going to be extremely aligned, because only certain people will be working in this group with us together. It's going to be magical. It starts on January 12th and runs for 6 weeks. If you register before December 15th, the cost is $6.99. And for anyone registering after December 15th, it will be $8.97. I will tell you, this is a magical program, unlike anything that I have ever done. For those of you who know me, you do know that I love to use sympathetic white magic in my personal life. Although I rarely talk about it in my consulting programs, and most people don't even know, everybody's going to know. Everybody who's going to listen to this is going to know. I love incorporating spells and magic. These spells are not dark. This is nothing dark. This is beautiful white light energy, the magic of our ancestors. And this combined with the magic of language and speech and knowing how to work with the planets and knowing how to use aromatherapy and herbs to bring about beauty, bliss, and financial magic, love, all of this. It's really a very, very special program. And I am so excited to share this with you. So anybody listening to this podcast now, today, in the future, if you're interested in working in this realm, please email me and let's get started. You're welcome to join our party. And with that being said, going to end today's call and wish you all many, many blessings and have a wonderfully created week. Make sure that you use these days coming up over here for your advantage and to get your wishes into the world. All right. Blessings. Take care. Talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.